Okay, welcome to the DarkPeaks podcast. It's DemonPeaks here, and I'm here with, who are you?
I am GothPeaks.
GothPeaks. All right, we're going to go by our real names. Is that all right?
That sounds good to me. It would be too awkward to
I'm
do
Sean.
the peak thing.
This is Adam. For the sake of argument, we're just letting you know who we are. Who are we? We both run meme accounts for a very niche audience. Tell us what you do.
Very niche.
What you do, Adam, GothPeaks.
I mix David Lynch shit with goth shit to the best of my ability.
The best of your ability.
And a lot of the times it's not even really goth.
You know, like we've talked about this before. Goth is a very open-ended thing. I think goth is anything
to me,
anything outside of the realm of the norm. Like new wave and new romantic is still goth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. It's counterculture.
Yeah, I'd say Oingo Boingo's goth. Fuck that. You know?
Fuck yeah, Dead Man's Party. Why not? And, no, but I've gotten some mild shit here and there over like things I post. Oh, that's not really goth.
Like it's your account. Who gives a shit what they think? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's personal shit.
I regularly post Hitler, and no one seems to care. So
not canceled yet.
I posted that dude in the Viet Cong or whatever blowing the other guy's head off. No one seems to care. I mean, like no one cares what I post.
It's fine.
You get grief over not being goth enough, you know. Oh, you posted something from Hole. Well, Hole's not goth. Get out of here. You got the chick from Republica on there, and they're like, that's not goth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also do a very niche thing, except mine's more whatever I feel like. Whatever movie I had watched recently.
Yeah, you're on the go like that.
I mean, we have very different ideas and concepts when it comes to our memes. Yours are very well thought out. You take the time and you'll post one like once a week and it's a banger. You know what I mean?
It doesn't feel that way most of the time. I mean, it's just because it's so
people love them, and you find a simple concept and you expand on it. You really do.
I try.
Where I'm more like a Ford factory circa 1930. I just pump them out daily. I do 1,000. Yeah. It's a fucking assembly line.
Yeah, I don't like the boss too much. Yeah, poor guy. He's kind of rough.
Well, I mean, I think I get them out there. I get 1,000. I do what I do. I do two a day, and they don't get quite the response. But I don't want to. People like I look at a person.
It's not what
like,
it's fucking about, though. Like, I don't give a shit if I get all the fucking. I mean, if it's nice to get the likes, but
you've blown up. I mean, people really like what you're doing, what you're saying. You also are a fucking clout chaser. I watch you with your Heather's Peaks and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. I watch it. I see what you're doing. I don't like.
But I mean, it is what I like though, and it's like a genuine passion for what I'm putting in there. You know, I love the shit that I fucking post.
It shows, and you know. Your Nick Cave Tom Waits one today was good.
Oh, I know. Dude, I imagine I'm annoying everybody with the excessive Nick Cave shit.
Nick Cave's great. You know, when I started talking to you, you weren't that big of a fan.
No. It was after talking to you that it actually really opened me up to everything about it, and I fully understood.
We had like one conversation about it, and then you were like, "Man, I'm really getting into this." Like,
no, yeah, it's something clicked, and I just started listening. Case. So I told you before what the problem was is that. It was always someone that I had this habit of listening to artists on shuffle rather than listening to album by album, kind of getting that whole album experience. Nick Cave is for sure meant to be introduced to you like that.
He's
album by album.
He's like his albums aren't concept albums, but they kind of are. You know what I mean? They kind of
no, in a way they are. They feel that way enough to where I didn't fully understand it until I listened to it album by album.
And he didn't start doing that until a little bit later. I mean, like Liar of Morpheus is definitely a concept album, but I don't really count that one. But like look around Dig Lazarus Dig, that album is a concept. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end.
I read somewhere that someone calls it his disco album. Totally fucking agree. I mean, Dig, no, but like in a good way.
Dig is my favorite Nick Cave album. It's my favorite one. It's got
it's such a good feel-good album.
It's non-stop bangers from the beginning to the end, and it's a short album too. I think it's like an hour and a little bit of change. It's not a long album.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not terribly long, but fucking every song is great.
Yeah, it's like it's not quite Magnetic Fields, and there's 69 love songs, which every song is like a minute.
Yeah,
but it's he's not like. He can be long-winded. Nick Cave, you know, more news from nowhere.
Oh no, yeah, and he said that. I think.
Long.
Yeah.
but he's normally pretty compact in what he has to say. He gets like, if we both, well, I believe, watched both his documentaries,
Yeah.
and his writing is so like, he keeps a little notepad and he just like writes these endless verses and then he cuts it down and
I
cuts
love
it
that.
down. And
Yeah.
and I think sometimes that can hurt because he's trying to say more and he's just saying nothing. And I quote the
It
line.
seems that way,
I quote
right?
the line from Push the Sky Away. Hannah Montana does the African Savannah. What the fuck?
Oh,
what
from
are you talking
Higgs Boson Blues.
From Higgs Boston Blues, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just nonsense. He's just going. He thought he saw Miley Cyrus earlier in the day and thought she was really hot, and so wrote it into the song. That's it.
Something like
I mean,
that.
he doesn't really. You have his books
or
coming.
Miley Cyrus swimming in a
pool,
in a swimming pool in Toluca Lake.
In Toluca, yeah. What are you talking about?
Floating in a swimming pool in Toluca Lake.
He thinks
I
she's
imagine
hot.
he's imagining her
all it is.
like in another life, fucking OD'd in a fucking swimming pool dead.
The opposite to
which I would hope never happens.
The opposite to Wrecking Ball.
Yeah.
She's naked but dead in a pool,
Yeah.
On a wrecking.
Yeah. I wouldn't hope that. I like Miley Cyrus.
I don't really care about her music, but she does a lot of stuff for charity.
I respect her.
And she does. She's, I don't know. She's goofy, but like, could you imagine?
She fucking covered. She does a good Chris Cornell.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, she does. She got a good voice. I mean, she was raised in it. Her dad was
absolutely.
Her dad was in a David Lynch film. I mean, he's
fucking
got the
shout out Mulholland, dude. Just had its 20th anniversary too.
It's you know what? And that was I love that part in it too. Just
yeah, me too.
Act like you never saw it or whatever he says to him. He's coming in there and he's like, "What the?
It's better that way.
It's better that way." Yeah, he was good in that, and he got beat up by that big Italian mook.
Yeah, just one.
That was it.
Dead.
That's the end of his acting career.
Adam Kesher.
Yeah, until Hannah Montana came on there. That was the end of his acting career.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that your IMDb being like David Lynch film, Hannah Montana ?
Yeah, like what the fuck? What's like this? That? You were in a David Lynch movie?
I mean, people know him from an Icky Breaky Heart, but I want to see someone know him on his merits for acting, being like, I see you're in a lot of Hannah Montana. What's this David Lynch movie you were in?
Yeah, what the hell? That's a great credit there.
All right. So what are we doing with this podcast? What was the goal from this? You did a podcast with GothPeaks and you got the podcast bug.
Yeah, shout out to the Atomic Blonde podcast.
Yeah, she's on hiatus. And if you go to her page, donate to her GoFundMe. She's having some medical problems, please.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's
what inspired you?
Feels better.
Did you do that and then you thought like, hey, let's do this? Or what?
Well, I've been thinking about it for a really long time and wanting to do a podcast. And I feel like, I don't know, I would do good with a partner. And you and I, we talk a lot. Yeah, we absolutely talk a lot. And I felt that there was something there that we can go off each other quite a bit. Well, and I thought, fuck it, let's do this podcast, dude. And you were down.
Oh yeah. Well, my YouTube show was supposed to be a podcast where we review stuff, but the dude I was going to do
it with, they flaked out on you, right?
He died or flaked out or something.
Fuck, the
last time I saw him, I had to pay for an abortion for his girlfriend, and then I beat him up, and that was the last time I hung out.
Jesus.
And that was the end of the story. There's no further story to that.
Wow.
And I don't know if she ever got the abortion. I don't think she got the abortion, which I think was sad because she definitely needed one.
Who?
She was that kind of person. Not to get too risque already. Maybe we'll cut that out, but
it's okay. No, fuck it.
No, this is going to air on Halloween. And so we're going to do, this is sort of a test run for us, for everybody listening.
Episode 0.
What should be everyone listening. Everybody listen to us. So we're going to go over today our favorite horror movies and a top 5. And I have honorable mentions. I have a ton of them. I don't know if you did.
Sure.
I told you to do it just because I knew I was going to do it. And I personally hindered myself. One director on the main list, not twice. I tried to use different style of film each time. So no 2 slashers, no 2 alien movies, no 2 blah, blah, blahs, just to really narrow myself down. Because I had a list of like 1,000. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, for me, it's going to be, I don't know. There might be some similar types in there. Because to be honest, as far as horror movies go, I haven't seen enough recently, or just enough in general to really have a good, valid opinion where I can get one of each kind.
Well,
But
getting into the horror thing, horror. People would say, what do you think is a good horror movie? I have no idea what a horror movie is. Horror movie is anything that scares you. Anything that scares you.
Mhm.
Why is one movie specifically horror because there's a jump scare, but one's not? Like I had the same debate. The Silence of the Lambs a horror film. Everybody goes, well, I think it's more of a blah 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 blah. What about The Shining? Well, I think it's more of a blah. If it scares you, it's horror. So
yeah, absolutely. That's the main element of it. Fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not scared by jump scares. I'm not a very scared person. Like I watch them, like okay. So all of those, Conjuring or
They
whatever.
get me, but I'm not into them like anymore. I don't appreciate them anymore.
No, it's stupid. I didn't appreciate them back in the day because they're stupid. It's lazy writing.
Yeah, I suppose. I do appreciate it every once in a while, but now I feel like that's like if that's what all that a movie leans on, or like if that's a movie's crutch. Nah, that's not for me.
You make a good point because sometimes it can be used in a very effective way. If you've earned it, if you earn it, the build up but they just do this stuff. There's like nothing happening. Oh no. Like, it's ridiculous.
Silence, pop, scare, shit.
And they do them so lazy now where it's found footage is another one that has been run into the ground.
You know what? I have to mention one that I'm actually in the middle of. I couldn't finish it, but I started watching it last night on Shudder. VHS 94. I love the VHS movies. The new one, yeah, I'm in the middle of it.
The first two VHSs are great. The third one is absolutely awful.
Third one sucked. I didn't like that.
It was by different. It was by different people though.
Okay, no wonder.
But I've heard nothing because we talked about this the other day. Anthology. I love anthology horror. I love it.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
And VHS are two. The first one's a little bit because it relies heavily on the VHS motif a little bit too much. Is a little shaky and the beginning's a little whatever. It's a little dude bro. Number two really ups the ante with the horror. And 94, I want to watch that one.
It's fun. I think so far 94, it's got some scary stuff in it, but it's also really fun too.
And that's what that's what you want with that kind of movie. You don't want to be overly. You don't want to be depressed watching a Halloween movie. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I suppose it could be good if it's. I don't know.
No,
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
The Road, yes, that's depressing. You can't not watch that. And be like, that's very happy watching this movie. I have a friend whose mother died. I don't know what she died of. I think it may have been cancer. And the last book she read was The Road.
Oh God.
And it was a book he recommended, and I don't know if he ever let him live. I don't think he ever lived it down.
I wouldn't.
I let my mom read The Road, and then she died.
Fucking piece of shit.
That's pretty heavy. He's a nice guy. I don't think he meant anything by it, but like, oh boy.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Hey mom,
that's awful. Though.
Here's some Dostoevsky for you, mom. I know you're not feeling well. All right, let's do our honorable mentions. You go ahead and go first, and we'll discuss those.
Okay.
If you have a list, if there's any list. I was smart. I wrote mine down right here. I'm not an asshole like you. I wrote mine down.
Oh, like I mean, I'm still an asshole, but I didn't write mine down. Although I feel I should have.
I make a ton of lists. Like I'm a list guy, so
I'm a mental list guy, and it changes all the time.
Well, then lay it on me, big dog.
All right, so we're doing honorable mentions first.
This is just honorable mentions. However you want to talk about that you don't include for whatever reason you want to put them on there.
Okay.
That you were thinking about.
The Scream movies for sure. I love the Scream movies.
I think
they're not my favorite.
3 is the best. 2 or 3. 3.
I didn't like 3.
Maybe it was 2. I don't know. I haven't seen them in a long time.
2 is really good.
2 then.
2 is the one where Courtney Cox looked a lot better than she did in 3.
That's the one. Then I think that's part of it. Yeah.
Okay. Courtney Cox had
Arquette,
the awful bangs.
I believe
in
she
the third
was
one.
at the time. Courtney Cox Arquette. Let's get it right at the time.
Yeah. Sorry. Whatever it was.
Scream good movies.
And all 3 of them had Red Right Hand in it as well.
That's right. Was it the real song or the cover?
No, it was the real song. And the third one had like a more of a different. It was like it featured like a symphony of some kind, I think.
I think it was Hellboy had the cover that I'm thinking of.
I don't remember.
And it was like, why would you do a cover of Red Right Hand? I mean, bless you, Jesus.
Thank you. Sorry.
Scream a good one. They don't get talked about enough. Are they making a new one?
they're making a new one. It's supposed to be just it's just called Scream, but I think
Oh, I hate that.
it disregards the. I don't know if it disregards any of the ones that came out
And was there a
already.
TV show too? Scream, the TV show.
Yeah, I never
I
watched
didn't
it.
see that. It came out whenever
I think it
MTV
was
was doing like Teen Wolf, the TV show, and I'm like,
yeah. Why?
but it should be
um,
good.
no, I think it's gonna be good. The new one looks pretty great.
I don't
Other
like I want to say I don't like when they do the reset and they put the name as the first name. I
mm,
hate it. They did it with Rambo. The first movie's First Blood, okay? And it's
oh
Rambo
yeah, and then they did
First
it
Blood
again
Part
with
2. It's First Blood Part 2. Then it's Rambo 3. It's not Rambo 3. It's Rambo 2, First Blood Part 3, and then it was just John Rambo or whatever. I'm like, I don't know what movie I'm
don't do
watching.
that. Don't do that.
Or they add like aliens did it Alien Requiem. Just call it 4. Just call it 4.
Keep it linear
Give
for
me a
us and
numerical.
numerical.
Yeah. And then Rocky went a crazy way where they went 1, 2, 3, 4,
Balboa.
5, Rocky Balboa, Creed 2. I'm like, no, man, you can't. What movie am I? We'll put in Rocky. Well, which one? Rocky Balboa or Rocky? Okay. Go ahead. I just wanted to bitch.
No, it's fine. Other honorable mentions. I would say it's not on my list, but I'm gonna have to say Eraserhead. Even it's not in my top 5, but I for sure scared me in certain times, but it doesn't scare me at all anymore. But
it's
a
definitely
comfort watch
the
now.
horror-iest of Lynch's work outside of
Yeah, that's why I would say that. Yeah.
I'd say I think Inland Empire is a horror movie
that too as well.
But I also have no idea what's going on in that movie, so I can't.
No idea. I
I'm
still can't say that I even though I watched it, I still can't say that I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it and the deleted scenes, which is like an hour and a half, thinking there's gonna be something here that I'm gonna be like, okay, no, I was like more confused. I'm like, I don't know why I watched that. Like, it's good, but I would put it as a lesser on my Lynch.
I would have to watch it more and learn to appreciate it more too.
But Eraserhead was my first experience with Lynch. I don't know, what was yours?
My first experience with Lynch was Lost Highway way back in the day. Yeah,
that was a sexy one to get into back in the day.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, for me it was mainly because of the soundtrack. My friends were like all into the soundtrack and shit.
It was like Manson, and there was a bunch of good shit on there.
Yeah. 9 Inch Nails, Bowie, 2 Rammstein songs.
Yeah, Bowie did like the intro or exit song. That was really
both. Yeah, it was I'm Deranged as the intro, and then it was a reprised version.
That was great
to close it out.
And and that's a good. I think that movie doesn't get the love it quite deserves.
It's one of my favorites, dude. It's just so cool, and I love the whole noir element to it too.
And it has that 90s grit that you can't explain,
Yeah.
Like, it feels dirty to watch that. It feels like a film someone found, you know what I mean?
Lynch, I feel like he adapted so fucking well to each decade.
Oh man.
And like
simply.
yeah, like without any difficulty.
I mean, I would love to see him do a new movie. But we could talk. That'd be cool. We could talk about that in a little bit. Continue.
Other honorable mentions, I will mention all those Universal horror movies. Those movies like the old school, just Dracula and Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman.
Were you a big Universal horror guy growing up?
Not growing up, but just I would say about 10 years ago, when I was about 21, is when I finally got the movies and learned to appreciate them.
They're all good. I mean, everybody did a great job.
I was Boris and Bela Lugosi.
It's Bela.
Bela
Lugosi. Everybody says it wrong, and he hated it. But I'm like, if your name is Bella, dude, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't quite. Bela Lugosi's dad doesn't really roll off the tongue.
No,
quite as well.
Bela. It sounds like you're saying it singing the song with an accent. And just takes you out of it.
He did have an accent.
Yeah, he did. He did. Bela.
I grew up with the Hammer horror movies because they were on like whatever cheap channel we had as a kid.
Which ones were those?
They were like the ones with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, Horror of Dracula. They were in like the 60s and 70s.
Oh,
So
yeah, no,
I
I know
grew
which
up
ones you're
with
talking about.
those instead of the Universal. I saw the Universal ones later, but I grew
Mhm.
up thinking people were talking about Dracula. I'm like, oh yeah, the one with Christopher Lee, and everybody's like, no, the one with Bela Lugosi. I'm like, I didn't grow up with that. I grew up with these ones.
You know, as far as movies that I grew up with, I didn't see the best stuff growing up. I mean, it was really just more what was coming out at that time. And I
You
and growing up, I had
you were like
more.
a Men in Black 2 kind of guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I still have that movie has a special place in my heart still too.
1 and 3 are good. I give 1 and 3 all the credit in the world.
I love the second one too.
The one with Johnny Knoxville? No, you don't. It's a terrible
Yeah,
movie.
I
Get out of
do.
here.
Yeah, I do.
This is ended.
It's
This
it's
podcast is
it's
over.
got some Twin Peaks alumni in it. Not even our favorite,
Who from Twin
you
Peaks
know,
is in that?
Larry Flynn Boyle.
Oh, I don't even count her because she doesn't
Yeah, I
count
know. That's
herself.
why you didn't remember.
She doesn't even. She won't do Twin Peaks. She won't talk about Twin Peaks. She doesn't like Twin Peaks. I don't know what happened with her
Do you
and
know
David
why?
Lynch. I've never heard any real report.
I'm gonna say the majority of the Peaks community is with Moira Kelly,
She was better.
I think.
She was prettier and she was funnier and she was sweeter and
Mhm.
she was nicer. And there was someone talking to me, I don't remember who, and they were like, well, the difference is they were different kinds of characters after Laura died. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. No. You
You know,
can
I heard a cool thing that someone mentioned that fucking bring both of them into the next Twin Peaks installment.
I don't know why that would, I mean, that would work.
Yeah,
You'd have to pull teeth for Laura Flynn Boyle to do it. What is she doing? She's got no
absolutely.
career. Come do Twin Peaks.
No, yeah,
You
I don't know.
know,
She would. She, you know what? What's the last thing I saw her do was a Wayne's World script read during like when the pandemic was really going
oh,
on.
I forgot that yeah, they did that, and
Yeah,
that was actually kind of
yeah,
okay, and
that was
that was
kind of cool.
probably one of her best roles. Frankly, I'll be
I
honest with
fucking
you.
love that.
I don't
A
own
gun
I don't
rack.
own a gun. Yeah, we go right to the gun. I don't own a gun. I own
Let
many.
alone many guns to necessitate an entire rack.
That was a great movie. Whatever happened to like Dana Carvey and Mike Myers? They just disappeared.
Dana Carvey's still doing some stuff here and there, but he's just more under wraps. I mean, he's
They-
only really appreciated by older generations, I
I,
think.
I think they got the money, both of them, especially Mike Myers. But
Oh yeah, they got the money.
That
For
Shrek
absolutely
made
have the money.
him $1 billion. It had to, you know what I mean? Like,
He has absolutely has fuck you money.
yeah, well, from Austin Powers and Wayne's World and Shrek, I mean, he's sitting pretty.
Yeah, man. What about you? What are some honorable mentions for
Okay,
you?
I got 10 honorable mentions. I got 10 of them.
Wow, let's hear him. Let's hear him.
Okay,
You got
so
you're picking up my slack.
number 10, The Vanishing. It's a 1988 movie. I actually just reviewed it on my channel. It was probably the first like suspense horror film that I saw as a little kid. I saw it when I was like 8 or 9, and it was on like IFC or some independent channel that like doesn't exist anymore. And it scared the shit out of me. And it stuck with me, and I wanted to see more movies like that. So I went and found like Ringu and and other weird
Oh,
stuff.
Ringu,
And
the original Ring
yeah,
movies.
yeah. This
Yeah.
was a couple years before that I saw it, but like it made me go on that journey. So it's not
Mhm.
like a great film, but if you haven't seen it, check out the 1998. It's a Dutch movie. They did do an American remake with Kiefer Sutherland, and it was terrible. Like I think Jeff Bridges, and it was like, why would you make that?
Yeah.
Number 9, 2008's The Martyrs, French film. You ever seen Martyrs?
Okay.
That's a good movie, and it's really
I've
messed
heard
up.
of it.
And it starts out as like you think it's one thing, and the whole second part is just this. I want to say borderline torture porn, but it's not because there's a point to it. Number 8, we go right to what I was talking about: Hammer Horror of Dracula, Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee. He's my Dracula, Christopher Lee.
I've seen that one. It's great.
That's the first one. I know they did like 9 of them, and it was like
A bunch.
Bride of Dracula.
Yeah.
And I always
Mhm.
love, because I'm a big Castlevania fan, and Son of Dracula. I don't know if it was in the Hammer Horror or was outside of it, but they got the name
I didn't see it.
Alucard, which is Dracula's son, is just Dracula backwards.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the
I know
laziest.
Alucard from that anime,
Yeah, Castlevania
Helsing.
or
Yeah.
Helsing Unlimited, which is really good.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. I'm not. I like enough anime that I could have a conversation about like Helsing Unlimited, but I couldn't about a lot of other stuff.
No, I don't know. I love anime, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough.
Yeah,
knowledge
we
about
have a
anime.
very limited. It'll come up a little bit. So if you're watching this expecting anime, you have come to the wrong place.
No, even though you did do Dragon Ball P.
I did. I love Dragon Ball. You can see my Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
that
books right
everybody loves
here.
Dragon Ball.
My Vegeta's right here. I mean, I'm a big fan. You've heard my daughter; she can say Goku before she can say my name.
And I'm proud of her for that.
Because I was like, "Who's this?" She goes Goku.
Goku.
Goku. She knows who that is, and
Oh yeah,
that's something we can put
we're doing
on, and
something right.
I can agree to watch. That's not Coco Melon or something that drives me crazy, or Little Einsteins or something. I'm like, I can put on Dragon Ball, and she's like, "Cool, stuff's going on." So okay, number 7, Salo or the 120 Days of Sodom, 1975 by Paolo Pasolini, who got killed for this movie.
Yeah, I've heard
him.
that.
Yeah,
I still need to watch that movie. I don't.
It's something else. I read the book before I saw the movie, and the book is it's 750 pages of shit.
I didn't even know that it was a book.
Eating shit. You want to read about people eating shit? Because you don't. This guy,
I'll watch the movie.
People suck milk in their ass and then shit it out, and then they drink the milk. It's shit eating. It's fucking 750. It's so much shit eating.
So rough. So fucking rough.
So don't watch this with your girl or your kid.
I told my girl about it, but
it's too much. I mean, not that she's like a little kid, but like she doesn't enjoy that kind of thing. You know, most people don't.
I mean, we've watched some pretty fucked up shit just because, I watched Pink Flamingos with her.
Pink Flamingos has a little bit of shit eating.
Yeah, I know Salo has a lot.
And it was enough that they killed the dude. I mean, could you imagine making a movie? And the thing is, it's well done. It is well acted. It's well produced. It's well directed. Could you imagine making a movie so horrific to people that they kill you?
Definitely pissed off.
That's to me, that boggles my mind.
Dude.
Okay, good.
I think no, it's just it doesn't surprise me. I feel like that can possibly happen even now.
I want to say the first time we talked, we had horse cock come up a lot, and now shit eating has almost instantly come up.
Yeah.
So we're batting for 2 on our conversations here. Horse cock, shit eating. It's
going to be a lot of shit like that coming up, I'm sure.
I'm not ass jamming, eyeballing some puss, putting some eyeballs in some puss. When did that go? I will call
myself a somewhat of a degenerate, I would say.
I'd say that's why we run Twin Peaks meme pages. You have to be a certain level of I mean, look at who's the nicest person in the community. I think probably Sign Peaks is the nicest person.
Mm.
And he's a dirty goofball. He's a dirty man.
I wouldn't know. I just know him as a really nice guy.
He's a nice guy, but he's a filthy monster. And I'm putting this out there. And obviously Coral Wholesome Peaks is a very sweet person, but she's also a Holocaust denier.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've heard you say it enough that you know.
But it's true. I mean, if I say it enough, it'll be true.
Yeah.
But okay, so number 6, The Seventh Seal by Ingmar Bergman, 1957, with Max von Sydow. People will dispute this. Oh, it's not a horror movie. I love that movie, and it deals with the duality of man. It deals with life and death. How is that not scary to somebody? Can you imagine playing chess
for my
with
first
death?
time recently.
Did you really? I have a tattoo of it somewhere. I have flaming carrot playing chess with death from The Seventh Seal.
Oh shit! Nice.
Because if you're gonna get nerdy, get real fucking nerdy with it. What did you think? What was your opinion?
I fucking loved it, man. And yeah, exactly. It's the duality of life and death, man, and coming to terms.
It's not, and people are like, it's slow. It's not. There's a pace that everything's happening that's important right after another.
Yeah. But these aren't the kind of people who know to watch the movie like that,
Yeah.
They're taking it at surface level and not really,
where's the Transformers in this? There's no Transformers in
yeah.
I don't know what people look for in movies. Are there any new Transformers movies that people to be excited about? Do you know? I don't know. I don't know. I saw the first one in 1999.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
Number 5 that was on my list and then off my list and then on my list again. Videodrome. David Cronenberg.
Oh, that's on my list, dude.
I love Videodrome, and it was on and off and on and off and on and off and on and off. But I have a movie on my main list that's close enough that I had to debate which one I wanted on there. So Videodrome got the axe, which at this point I love Videodrome.
Yeah, it's been on my list, man. I need to watch it. I need to watch more Cronenberg.
You know what? I have some issues with Cronenberg is that as a director, he's a good director. He's a terrible writer. His stuff is I don't know if he knows how to emote or understands how people should emote, because everybody in all his movies are like stone faced. And I've watched
my goal is to be able to like imagine, like think of someone's directing in that way, because right now I'm only at the point where I know whether I like this director's movies, but I'm not, I don't know if I have the eye to really understand their style fully just yet. Except Lynch. I mean, Lynch is more
literally comes with just watching enough movies. I mean, anybody that says I'm a film person, it's just because they watch a lot of fucking movies. I mean, that's all it is. I know that like took film theory, and it's like just watch a bunch of movies. You'll get it. You'll get it eventually. And the big marked difference between Lynch and Cronenberg is there's a reason one is really, really popular in Lynch, and while Cronenberg still kind of scrapes that sort of niche-y thing, and it's definitely heart.
Yeah. All
right. Moving along. Number 4, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the reboot, 1978, with Donald Sutherland. I love Donald Sutherland. Something about that guy, I really love him, and that's a goddamn movie. Nothing else to say about that.
He's I would say he's like kind of like Peter Falk in that way.
Okay, I've never heard Peter Falk, and I like that. They're so stoic, sort of. It was it was a different time when men like Peter Falk and Donald Sutherland could be manly men. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
sort of lanky,
it's a different time, and I have respect for that time still.
I was a big fan of Kolchak the Night Stalker with the dad from A Christmas Story. Forget his name.
I don't remember.
And I remember when he was a manly guy. That was a manly man. He drove a Studebaker.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? All right, number 3, Kill List from 2011 by Ben Wheatley, which is a film that I really recommend. It's about 2 assassins, and they get tangled up in the world of dark intrigue. If you haven't seen it,
sounds nice.
Recommend it.
Sounds like something I would enjoy.
It's a British film, so honestly, normally I can watch stuff without subtitles, but it's very British, so I would recommend subtitles, because there's a lot of
I already watch put subtitles on with everything that I watch. Because I can't hear shit.
Well, and also you miss like little things sometimes when you're not totally paying attention, or you're not like, what did they say? Oh, they said he was and
that's important to me.
What was he doing? He was eating shit.
Wow, you know what? Something I don't watch. I turn off subtitles with is stand-up comedy. It ruins the timing.
You know what?
Of the joke.
I never thought about that. You're right, because then you're like, oh, I read the punchline before you said it, and it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
And then
you're
reading it in your voice and not theirs.
It ruins it. Yeah, you can't have that. And I love my stand-up. So
and he said, wrecked him, damn near killed him. Oh, that's not funny. You're a stand-up guy. You've turned me on to a bunch of comedians whose names I don't recall, but I watched their stuff. There was that
Christina
guy P
being one of them who follows me.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, dude.
You got followed by all the big people. Everybody wants to follow GothPeaks. No one wants to follow the guy who posts Hitler once a week.
Hey, man, I try and support you, though. I love you, man.
Let's turn gay real quick. Number 2, The Road. We were just talking about Cormac McCarthy, 2009. Cormac McCarthy did the book, obviously, not the movie. Depressing movie. I think it's scary. Can you imagine that kind of life?
It is scary. And it absolutely is scary.
Viggo Mortensen knocked it out of the park.
He's amazing, dude.
That man can do no wrong.
Oh, yeah. Like, one of my favorites that I've seen him in is Eastern Promises, for sure.
Oh, Eastern Promises. There's another Cronenberg. Yeah.
That's Cronenberg?
Yeah, Eastern Promises.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know.
It was more of his gangster movie, but it was a Cronenberg. Counts. He had the cool tattoos and everything on him. Yeah, he looked badass in that.
So Cronenberg did History of Violence then also?
I don't know that. No, he didn't do History of Violence, but he did do Eastern Promises. And I think it was the same producers. Now, I have a problem with History of Violence. I'll get into it some other time. But
I've only seen it once, and I barely even remember it.
the movie's good, but the comic that it's based off of is a billion
Mhm.
times better. And I was really disappointed that I had read the comic before I saw the movie, and it came out in the 90s and early 2000s, and then I saw the movie and I'm like, wow, I was expecting this like really dark shit, and then the second half was kind of like, and then nothing happened, and I'm like, oh.
Hmm.
All right, number one on my honorable mention. This is just my honorable mention, not our list yet. I hate to put it here, but I had to because I already have a John Carpenter film on my list, and that
Mhm.
is 1988's They Live.
Hell
Roddy
yeah.
Piper, and one of my, I love. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. They Live. I could
It's a
watch
great
that
movie.
a billion times, and I recommend it
Cult
to people,
classic.
and they're like, "I can't get into it." I'm like, "You're wrong. You're watching it
No,
wrong."
you just got to be open and fucking not expect anything,
No,
man.
because it's got that slow pace at the beginning. It does have a slow
Yeah,
pace, but I can watch
yeah,
Roddy Piper just doing nothing. He's just hanging out. I
that's
can watch
fine
that.
because it's Roddy fucking
And
Piper.
then Keith David shows up. Keith David has that beautiful voice. I don't want. I can't. I'm not gonna do Keith David's voice.
No, you wouldn't do it justice.
And okay, so that's my honorable mentions. You did your honorable mentions. Mine was much more impressive. Let's
Yes, it was.
let's go to the actual. Let's go to the nitty gritty. What you're here for? What are your top fives?
Top 5. This is going to be no order. It's just going to be,
Yeah,
5 of my favorites.
five you were thinking about when you were fucking watching them.
Yes, exactly. I think probably the newest edition, like newest movie on my list would be Mandy with Nicolas
Mandy was
Cage.
great. Nicolas Cage,
Fucking amazing. I thought it was a game changer. What was that?
One of his best movies. I mean,
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie of his. I mean, some of the best use of color I've ever seen in the movie. Fucking disturbing as hell.
I get advertisements
terrified me.
Do you get advertisement for the Goblin mac and cheese?
The Cheddar Goblin?
Yeah, I get those all the time.
On Instagram,
I thought I was hallucinating them the first time I saw it. I'm like, Cheddar Goblins. I scrolled too fast and I'm like, Cheddar Goblin, wait a second, where was, and I didn't find it again. You get those too? I'm not
it's
making
some
that
other
up.
company that's advertising it too. It's so I don't even know
how is that
what's going on with that.
Remember that bit part from the movie where Nicolas Cage went insane?
Like, yeah, fucking great.
Mean?
The movie, I mean that part, it broke my heart, but also like entertained the fuck out of me too. And that movie had a good sense of both. Like it was heartbreaking and brutal as fuck.
I wish we could see. He said something of a renaissance, Mr. Cage. He did that, and then he did The Color Out of Time.
Yes, and that was scary
Color Out of
too.
Space, which I'm a big Lovecraft fan. Unabashedly, I'm a big Lovecraft fan.
And the movie was fucking terrifying. Also,
The Color Out of Space was really good. I was impressed because I was like, you can't do this. It's not going to work. And Cage nailed it.
It was amazing. Yeah, I love that too. Oh, another thing with Mandy is that the score by Johan Johansson. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but that score is amazing.
No, there's honestly, that movie doesn't get talked enough about. I never hear anybody talk about it. You're the first person I've had this conversation with in like 3 years. Of someone I worked with someone years ago, and they were like, "Remember you, man?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Yeah," and that was it.
You're the first person I've ever talked with that knows the movie.
And
at least so. And
he did something that was like a Five Nights at Freddy kind of ripoff movie.
Yeah, no, I watched that too. That
wasn't so good. That wasn't so good.
It was okay. It was I love the synth pop.
How do you have Nicolas Cage and you don't have him scream anything? You don't have him scream anything. Not about the bees, not about the Declaration of Independence. He's not screaming.
He didn't dragged into the street and pissed blood or beat until you pissed blood.
And we talk about Nicolas Cage. Wild at Heart, another Lynch. We go back to that. He doesn't get. No one talk. Wild at Heart is one of the lesser Lynch films, definitely, on people's opinions.
I don't even know if I can say. I don't know. It's one of my favorites, and it holds a special place in my heart because my girlfriend introduced it to me.
Oh, no shit.
She's the one. Yeah, I didn't even know it was a Lynch movie. It was back when I didn't really know Lynch all that much.
Yeah.
So,
and it's the Wizard of Oz, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Which, at first I read that somewhere years ago and I'm like, I don't see it. And then I watched it with that in mind. I saw it on the big screen is what did it for me. Seeing it on the big screen made me realize the cinematic nature of it was Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean?
It's my goal to catch all those Lynch movies on the big screen.
I've only seen 2. I saw Eraserhead and Wild at Heart.
I've seen none.
And it's hard nowadays, it's hard to find places that'll put a Lynch.
I'm lucky to be in LA because there's a lot of art house theaters that'll play Lynch movies and a lot of just really fucking good movies out here.
there's one place in Pittsburgh where I'm at that plays stuff, and they'll do like a trauma week or a Lynch month. You know what? I saw Dune
Mhm.
2 in theaters. I saw Dune, so that's 3.
Oh,
I
nice.
forget Dune is a Lynch movie,
That's
but
probably the best way to appreciate that movie too in the theater. Probably, I
I
would say
I don't care. I love that movie. I do not care.
it's a fun movie.
I grew up watching. That was okay. I was wrong about Eraserhead because I was thinking about Dune. Dune was the first Lynch movie I saw because my dad watched it when I was like 5 or 6.
It's
'Cause
hard to remember it
yeah,
as a Lynch movie though.
he was a big Dune fan, and I'm a big Dune fan. And I watched it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? Because it
Have
starts
you
out
read the
with
books?
oh, I love the books. Outside of
I need to read the books.
my favorite one is God Emperor, which is the 4th book, I believe. Yeah.
Nice.
Because it's Dune, Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, and God Emperor of Dune. And so the 4th book is my favorite. And then he died before finishing the last book or whatever. And his son
His name's
took over.
Frank Herbert, right?
Frank Herbert, yeah. Frank Herbert died
Yeah.
before finishing the last book. And his son took over, and they suck.
Ah, that's a bummer. That sucks.
Yeah.
Moving on the list though. Let's say number 4, I'll say Texas Chainsaw, the original.
Oh my God, yeah. That's a good
Yeah,
that's
fucking
for a slasher movie. That's
mhm.
probably my favorite slasher. People always talk about, oh, you know, Jason or Freddy, but I like Leatherface, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
And it just the whole discomfort in that. I mean, the way they introduced him, you know,
yeah.
fucking
And he
dude
hit that
slipping
dude
into
on
the
the
house.
fucking, hits him on the head with a hammer.
Yeah,
And
dude,
just
you just see
pulls him
him
away.
pop out of nowhere and fucking
Yeah, and then they
just
see him on
take him
hooks later.
down.
The hooks later is what got me when he's putting him on hooks.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, no, that did me. I'm like, nah.
But the part that really fucking just really killed me was that dinner scene at the end, because it's just fucking
Yeah.
oh, it's an onslaught on just on me, because I'm you hear this girl just screaming the entire time, and you hear everybody else just screaming along with her and just fucking mocking her and terrifying her.
Well, and they got
That was
Granddad there. His hands all shaky. And he's trying to hit her.
yeah,
And it was
and
just
sucking
like,
her
oh
finger and shit. And
God.
oh
And they recreated that in what, Resident Evil 7, I think.
yeah, they were
And
going for that.
they
Yeah,
did a really good job of capturing the
it was
horror
that
of
was
that
scary.
scene.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Texas Chainsaw Massacre all the way. And then 2 was good.
with McConaughey.
No. 2 had Dennis Hopper.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I didn't
McConaughey
see
was
2 or.
was Texas Chainsaw Massacre like Resurrection or like The Return.
Oh,
Or,
okay.
it was like there was
like
a
really
sub. There was
comedic,
a
silly
the new
one,
the
right?
next generation. It was the next generation and it had him and Reese
Mm,
Witherspoon in it, and no one talks
yeah.
about it because it was bad. And they did all
I mean
those.
that cover is ridiculous too.
And they did all the reboots where like Leatherface was a tortured. I don't give a shit about him being tortured. I hate tortured backstories. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, they can be done well sometimes, but I don't really care much for them either.
Then do an original character. Don't give me Michael Myers as a tortured backstory. I don't
Mhm.
care. I want to see him kill Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't want to see him. I don't want to know about his history. I don't care.
What you just said is a good statement across the board.
Yeah.
Just do something original, make something original.
Do something original or kill Jamie Lee Curtis. Do one,
Yes.
but stick to it. Okay, continue.
All right.
Number 3.
Number 3, I will throw in I will have to say Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead
Evil Dead
2.
2.
The best of the
Yeah.
Evil Deads.
Hell yeah, it's the best one, best soundtrack, the funniest for sure.
The deer.
Yeah, it fucking cracks me up every time. Yeah, that one is one of my favorites for sure. I mean, the first one was great, but
First
the
one was a
second
better
one,
pure horror movie, though. It was a
yes.
better pure. If you're looking for like a horror movie, one was a better horror movie.
Yeah,
But
and like
two-
it's impossible not to love Bruce Campbell.
And the whole
You
movie is
know.
just Bruce Campbell alone out until the people come,
Yeah.
like 3/4 of the way into the film, alone talking to himself.
It's the most entertaining thing
Yeah.
ever.
I love when he's like
Yeah.
talking to his like his hand, like, oh, good job." And he did it more in Army of Darkness, where he got to talk to the little versions of himself.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, man.
So I mean, those movies are all great. But Evil Dead 2, for sure.
Did you like the show?
My favorite. I didn't watch the show. I need to watch the
I
show.
watched the first season. I couldn't get into it. It like wasn't. I don't know if it doesn't work as a. Maybe it was too many episodes. It was like 10 episodes. I don't know if that
was the Ash versus the Evil
Ash
Dead?
versus the Evil Dead, and I don't
Gotcha.
think that premise works as a TV show. It's like too
Mhm.
much Ash, takes you out of it because he's an asshole. And like a little bit of him being an asshole goes a long way.
Random statement, but don't you love that when Bruce Campbell is in a serious movie, the only one that comes to mind is Miller's Crossing?
He was great. I love Miller's Crossing. I love that movie.
Yeah,
looking your hat, looking your hat.
Yeah.
I love the Coen brothers. Bruce Campbell in that he's out of place.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Blood Simple with them, and I want to say, what's his name? Not Ted Raimi. Sam Raimi helped the Coen brothers with it, so that's why Bruce Campbell was in it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Or whatever. Bruce Campbell
Okay.
helped out with the script or something like that, and like so he was in it, and it's just like that's probably why they put him in Miller's Crossing. It was like, hey, buddy, because he is he's not good as an actor. I love Bruce Campbell, but he's not good.
No, but no, that's why I would call him like one of the kings of B movies, at least B horror movies.
Did you like Bubba Hotep?
I didn't see Bubba Hotep.
Oh, get out of here. It's got John Kennedy. It's got John Kennedy and Bruce Campbell. President John Kennedy.
Oh wait, are you serious?
As a black man, yeah.
Woo!
And they asked him about it. He said John Kennedy was a white man. He goes, they dyed me this color. You kidding me? It's too much.
Yeah. Awful.
Okay, continue. Number 2.
Moving on. Number 2 will be number 2, I'm gonna say, I just had it. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
It's not. I know it's not fully on the horror side.
No, Dracula. It's Dracula.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Exactly.
You can't.
But no, that's because that's also one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
So I love Gary Oldman, and him as Dracula is fucking perfect to me.
Tom Waits, it's Renfield.
Fucking Tom Waits is Renfield. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, and he killed it into that too.
I think it was the angry
Monica Bellucci.
Anything Monica Bellucci does is you sold me.
It's already
and
okay.
What
it's
the worst part about that is Winona Ryder's accent.
No, I would say Keanu Reeves' accent.
They both.
I didn't mind. I forgive Winona Ryder for anything she does. She wants to shoplift. She can shoplift all she wants.
I don't think I care if anybody shoplifts. I'll be honest with you.
I know you don't.
I think I'm pro shoplifting. I think you should shoplift all day, every day. Steal whatever you want from big companies. Don't steal from mom and pop store. But if you want to go to Walmart and steal everything, I see these people stealing from QVC or not QVC or CVS, and it's a big deal. I don't care. I do not care. Steal whatever.
Wouldn't that be great if they're stealing from QVC though?
Dude, if they're stealing QVC, I would have I'd have a juicer. I'd be on a cubic. The world's biggest cubic zirconium would be mine. And they'd be marking it down as you're taking it. Well, we're down to 4 left because someone stole them, so now it's 39.
But yeah, man. I mean,
Bram Stoker is a horror movie. I will count it. I was going to say, I think the Angry Video Game Nerd or someone like that did a comparison of all the Dracula movies and which one was most like the book. And that one got like first or second. Mm-hmm. I forget what he did, but it was very close. And you wouldn't think that's as close to the book, but he even had a mustache, and Dracula had a mustache, and most people don't do that. And I don't know why that bothers me that no one puts a mustache on him, but he has a mustache.
Yeah.
Great. And underrated movie.
Yeah, dude, and also especially all the on-screen effects that Coppola went for in that movie.
Yeah,
is great. It's a good. I saw another video where they really examined it, and they helped me really understand it more as an ode to like old style filmmaking too, with like old school special effects and everything.
It did have a little bit of a vaudeville sort of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
feel to it. Like there was almost a air of like. Kind of do what you want and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Anthony Hopkins.
I wish I remember the name of that YouTube page. They're good page too. But yeah, anyways. But number one I'll say is The Shining.
The Shining. What a classic.
Fucking amazing. And it's nonstop to the movie. It's a feeling of tension that I'm not comfortable with anytime I watch it throughout the whole movie. And I fucking love it.
I think that, and there's so many theories, and I subscribe to a bunch of theories in The Shining because there's so much you can say about it. Like nothing supernatural actually happens in the film. It's all hallucinations.
Okay.
And stuff like, well, people go, what about The Shine? I said, well, Dick Halloran didn't even know that Danny liked ice cream. He didn't know he didn't know anything about Danny. He had to pretend like he could read his mind. So even The Shining doesn't work.
You know, what did you watch Room 237?
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't care for
Definitely.
it.
It was just a bunch of people's opinion, which I thought was fine.
Yeah, it was fine,
Um,
but it went a little deep.
well, there was some stuff in there where they'd be like in the wallpaper. I'm like, come on, get the fuck. You're
About
going
the
to
the massacre of
yeah,
Native Americans.
the
Yeah,
massacre of Native American, and maybe, but like that's not even important if that's what it is. It's not. That's not important. That is brought up nowhere except for
yeah,
that they're on maybe on Indian burial ground. Like this isn't
yeah.
poltergeist.
That's what I
Yeah.
meant. Sorry.
Well, but they tell people talk about the blood coming out of the elevator is reminiscent of the Native Americans. Like that's not important. That's not a theory because it doesn't matter. Even if it's
No,
true, it adds nothing to the film to know that.
no. Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be
But
surprised if Kubrick thought that though.
probably, I
He was
wouldn't be
kind of a
surprised either. The dude was interesting enough to think of something like
interesting.
that.
Interesting's a good word for being a cunt like that, huh?
Yeah. And fucking poor Shelley Duvall just fucking
He did not.
died pretty
There
much
was
after
no
that.
reason he needed to treat her like that. None. You could have
Uh,
got the
it's a
same
little heartbreaking.
experience
Yeah.
out of her not treating her like that. I think I watched
It's-
someone compare David Lynch in Blue Velvet, treating how he treated Isabella Rossellini versus Shelley Duvall. And Isabella Rossellini had nothing but nice things. He was so caring. He was so,
oh yeah.
and Shelley Duvall was like, they treated me like shit. Like
Mhm. You seen her now?
she looks I mean, she never looked that good, but she looked terrible.
Yeah, no, I mean, mentally, she's obviously not doing
She
well.
has been checked out since 1981 mentally, since Jack Nicholson
Yeah.
started torturing her.
What's the kid up to now? Danny.
I don't know.
He's
I've never
doing
seen him.
something now.
Is
I
he
forget
doing stuff?
what.
I've never seen him in
I
anything.
mean, no, he's not doing anything, and he's not in the business anymore.
He's probably like a real
doing-
estate agent.
No, I think he works at a school or something.
He's like, can you imagine your teacher being Danny Torrance? I'd be like,
Hey, you know what? Actually, my old school, Golden Valley High School, had
don't give away too much personal information.
oh yeah, I'll try not to. My old high school had the kid from Children of the Corn as one of the teachers. The
Which one?
the
Bug eyes.
the really creepy looking one.
The main kid.
The main kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hated that kid, Elijah or whatever his name was.
He teaches English and I think screenwriting over at a high school now.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know if he still does.
I mean, like I would feel more comfortable if I went to a screenwriting class and it was an actor.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like someone that I knew.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to walk.
Yeah, he was
in
also
there.
cousin It in the Addams Family movies.
Oh wow, what a fucking great role for him to be seen.
Yeah, just fucking put a long ass wig over you.
And it's probably not his voice because it's probably someone else dubbed it over.
No. Yeah, it's just
like,
some random
that
voice
could have
just
been
sped up a little
anybody.
bit.
That's not I'm not impressed by that. That could be an extra. Did that? He had
It's
no,
just fun, you know.
nothing.
And he had the Addams Family poster in his classroom, I think.
Well, wouldn't she?
Along with Children of the Corn too, because I think
That's
he was
me.
in like 2 or 3 of them.
I'm on there. I'm in that movie. What are you, the hand? No, I was.
No,
the guy
hey, he was so charismatic, and good for him. He just got married recently, and yeah, I think he came out as gay. I don't remember when.
Oh,
But yeah, good for him.
Yeah,
he got married recently.
Good for him. You know,
Yeah.
he had to be charismatic. He started a child cult.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't be charismatic.
that requires a lot of charisma.
Yeah, you can't just be like, "Hey guys, want to kill all the adults?" Nah, I don't think so.
No,
You got to have something there. You got to be a little Jim, you know. But that's cool. I like that story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little anecdote.
That's what we're here for. We're here to just talk, and you listen.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
All right, number 5 for me, 1979's Alien, first one.
Good choice.
I debated this. It was between this and Videodrome. I was like, I don't know. I love the first Alien. It's scary. It's still scary.
It is.
Like I watched that and I'm like, oh, and I've had people that were like, that's not scary. That's like a sci-fi movie. I'm like, it's not. The second one's a sci-fi movie. The first one is not.
Yes. Yeah. So no, the first one is horror in space, dude. It's fucking terrifying.
John Hurt with the thing coming through his chest, man.
Oh.
And then he did
no,
it.
that's.
And then they got John Hurt
terrifying.
again for Spaceballs. They got John Hurt to do it for Spaceballs.
Yes, and I'm so happy they did
I don't
that.
know what he like. He must have been a really good sport about it. because he's like, oh no, not again,
Oh no.
Number 4, Eraserhead. We already talked about Eraserhead.
Fuck yeah.
I put it on here. So the week after my daughter was born, we watched Eraserhead because she wouldn't watch it. What my baby's mama wouldn't watch it while she was pregnant.
I get it.
I was like, we should watch Eraserhead while you're pregnant. She's like, I'm not watching that.
I'm not doing that. That has to be bad luck.
An evil baby. I'm like, the baby's not evil. It's just doesn't care for him. And I do think it's about, I think it's a black comedy. I think more than anything, watching it now, like you said, you don't watch it and you're more like, oh, you're with it. You're with Henry on his journey of being like a real shitty dad. And
yes.
And we're both fathers, so we can relate to wanting to kill our kids.
Unfortunately.
Number 3, 1989's Tetsuo the Iron Man. You ever see that?
I know that one.
It's a great. Okay, so I'm a big Shinya Tsukamoto is my favorite director, not David Lynch. People ask me that all the time. Shinya Tsukamoto is my favorite director, and he did a series of movies, but the first one was called Tetsuo the Iron Man. It's about a guy who they hit a guy. Him and his girlfriend hit a guy with a car, and then they bang in front of him, like the dead body. Okay, so this guy vows revenge, and he's a metal fetishist who like sticks metal in himself and stuff like that. And like becomes metal, and so he puts a spell on the guy, and makes the other guy become metal, and then they fall in love.
What the fuck?
I give you a synopsis of the film, and you'll watch it, and you'll be like, oh, he was right. That's what happens in the movie.
I will watch it, and I think I'll probably enjoy it.
And there's not much dialogue.
Crazy,
it's
a
short film. It's a short film. It's less. I think it's sub 90 minutes. And
okay.
There's 3 of them. There's Tetsuo the Iron Man, Tetsuo the Bullet Man, and Tetsuo. 2 was Body Hammer, and 3 was the Bullet Man. And they're all different, but they're about the same kind of idea. Okay. And Tsukamoto did a lot of other films. We'll talk about this some other time. But yeah. Number 2, Cairo or Pulse. It's a 2001 Japanese film by Katoshi Kurosawa. I don't know if you saw that. They remade it.
I saw it once when I was working on Hollow Video. I rented it.
But it's really tense. Like,
yeah.
And the first time I watched it, I was confused as to what was happening. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on.
I only saw it the one time, so I don't remember it too well. But I remember enjoying it though.
And they remade it with that terrible. I think Kristen Bell was in it.
That's around the time that I watched it. I think because they had the new one on the shelf, but I rented the old one.
I would do yourself a favor, watch it again.
Give it a reason to watch
burn.
It again.
No, there definitely is. Watch it again.
Oh, okay.
Give yourself a slow burn. It's a real tense film. And number 1, to the surprise of no one, I mentioned John Carpenter, The Thing from 1982.
Yes, fucking yes.
I still think this is the greatest horror film of all time. It's got elements. I know it's not based off of Lovecraft, but it was based off of Who Goes There or whatever. But it's good. It's great. I love it.
Dude, it's one of the best movies.
1 billion times. And
it's fun. It's amazing.
And even though I know what's happening, it's still scary. I'm like, what the fuck? The guy with the giant hands and they're burning them, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's not a pretty thing to look at, but you can't fucking look away, dude. I love that movie.
Kurt Russell, and here we go, Keith David again.
Yes. Kurt Russell.
Wilford Brimley. Oh, Kurt Russell. The man had a string of movies. He did this, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, that were just on. He was just on fire.
They're great.
I won't mention Overboard because that movie is about rape.
I've never seen it.
Okay, it's him and
Goldie, I know the movie. I know
Goldie Hawn, and she falls over. She's a rich broad, and she falls overboard, and she gets like amnesia, and he saves her, but then he bangs her like when she still has amnesia, and gets him to raise his kids.
Oh shit!
I'm like, that's rape. That is a rape film. You cannot do that. And I don't blame Kurt Russell. He didn't write the fucking movie. Probably Weinstein wrote it, but
no, he has to be canceled. I'm sorry. I take back every good thing I said about him. Fuck.
Well, he got in trouble a couple of months ago because he was like, we shouldn't care what celebrities say. We don't have a real opinion. We're not real people.
People got in trouble for that?
People were mad about that. And I'm like, I agree. What people?
Yeah, you should agree with that. I mean, yeah, you could.
Don't give a shit what a celebrity has to say. They're not even real people.
No, man. That's stupid.
I hate celebrity worship. People are like, well, this celebrity thought... I don't care. I don't care what they thought. I don't care what they said. I don't care how they feel.
No. Yeah. I don't care about that. And while we're at it too, I don't care what. Never mind. I'm not even going to mention that. Never mind.
Not getting anything too. Let's not get anything too dark.
Yeah.
Just yet.
Yeah. No.
We can get into that. But those are our lists. Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No,
we
man.
we can keep talking if you want to riff and see where things go, or.
Yeah, we can try.
Like
we can try to kind of see where we can end it at. See if we can get some little back and forth going. But where we start,
fucking dead air. Now it's dead air. Okay, so we went through. So what's the next thing? I think next thing we should talk about, and this I can cut this part out. This is just
what can people expect from the podcast? What are they?
Okay. What can they expect from the podcast? Yeah. I think next. So what we're going to do? I had some ideas. I'm obviously the idea guy here.
Yeah, you are.
Fucking, this fucker is useless there. We're going to be doing Twin Peaks reviews as well. We're going to start with episode, pilot, Northwest Passage, and I think that's going to be next. And then we'll do. I think we do that once a month. The rest of the month we'll just have different topics that we both come up with, whatever they may be, and we'll talk about that for half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, whatever it takes. But I think that
there's no time limit on this. It's just we're just going to be.
I think we're expected to talk about Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
I think doing the
David
show.
Lynch
I know other people are doing it. We have there's two broads that do it. I forget their names and.
That's Mel's and
I forget what they're
Damn Fine Jasmine.
Damn Fine TV and
Damn Fine TV podcast.
The three dudes that do it.
Talking backwards.
Yes. I don't. This is how much I pay attention to the community. I have no idea who anybody is.
No, and honestly, I'm awful with names. So usually before I refer to anyone on Instagram, I have to remember what their names are.
Yeah, I have a list somewhere, and I'm like, I don't know. People tell me we were in somewhere, we were talking to someone, they told us their name, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not gonna remember that. And you guys were like, oh, you'll remember. I'm like, I don't even know who it was that we talked to, and I don't remember the name. I don't remember who they were.
I think, but you know what's when I remember you mentioning it, you're not gonna remember that.
We have a good community, and we're doing a lot, and this is going to be available on YouTube, and it's going to be available on. Hold on one second. I forget what the place is called. Anchor. We'll put all the links in. We'll do posts and put all the links in the description and everything like that.
Are we doing Spotify as well?
We can do that. I don't see why not.
Fuck yeah, let's
the recording of this gives me an audio and a video file, so we can put it up wherever we want to.
Sweet. But also I think we're going to be bringing in guests every once in a while. I think once things get kind of settled in.
Every so often, like I said, Coral said she would do Coral's Wholesome Peaks. I'm sure we could get. I don't want to talk to some people, but we could talk to whoever is reasonable. I'd like to get like Peaks in the Hall, because I feel like we're definitely a trifecta. Even though I think he may be a white collar criminal.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think he may be a little bit too white bread, no crust for this podcast. But he's definitely part. I feel like he's part of our thing we do.
He's part of the community. Like the there's like some pillars of the community, I would say.
Yeah.
He's one of them, I would say. Yeah.
Well, he's definitely especially because we'll do stuff together kind of off of each other, me, you, and him, just kind of by happenstance. He'll see something and be like, oh, that's funny, and do it, or I'll do that, or you'll do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like the three of us do the same kind of humor. His is a little bit.
It gets silly. It gets really silly.
His is a little drier sometimes, but he's got a good. He's got a good sense about it. Yeah. I just go for every joke I can think of.
He knows it's dry and silly. So.
Well, he's got Kids in the Hall. There's endless material there.
He's the one who got me to check it out finally. So I'm going on YouTube and catching a few you
haven't seen anything, have you?
Dude, there's way too fucking much I haven't seen. I feel like the guy that knows too much to fucking hang out with the people that I feel don't know enough, and I feel like I also don't know enough to
So
hang out with the people that
you
have all
can't
the
hang out with
knowledge.
the people here, but you can't hang out with them here. So you're stuck in
Yeah, man,
limbo.
I'm just like here alone in fucking purgatory.
You know what I don't watch? New things.
I do watch some new things here and
Can't
there.
do it. I won't do it. I won't do it twice. People were talking about that
Well, I mean,
Squid Game. I'm not gonna fucking
I
watch
think
that.
my girlfriend and daughter help keep me hip, you
See,
know.
I'm isolated. I have a 2-year-old. I whatever I want to watch, unless it's what she
She's
wants to
forced to
watch.
watch it.
I
Yeah.
won't. I watch whatever she wants to watch till she goes to sleep. But like, I got her a tablet so she can watch whatever garbage she wants to.
Oh yeah. All her Coco
But like
Melon she wants.
that Squid Game, I won't watch that. Yeah, I watch it next
Oh
to.
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I posted a meme about it, but I don't know
I
what the
like
fuck
all
it
the
is.
news about it because I get the story. Like there's no spoil. I get it. You know what I mean? Like
You know, only thing though, I heard it's not diverse enough. Okay, that's
South
a Mark
Korea, you
Norman joke.
say South Korea is not diverse enough. I don't know. I don't know about that. I need
I'm
to.
kidding. No, that's a Mark Norman tweet joke
Yeah,
or tweet that I
I saw
saw.
there was a tweet that was like, "There's not diverse enough."
Yeah,
Um,
it was funny. It was a Mark Norman, hilarious comedian that you should check out
he's
as
funny.
well.
He is actually funny.
He's
He's
great.
some, I
Yeah,
know who he is.
awesome. Oh yeah. Oh hey, while we were talking about since we're talking about horror movies and you were talking about your daughter watching her stuff on her iPad, it reminds me that right now one of my son's favorite movies is Nightmare Before Christmas.
And I want to get her to watch that. I want to see. Yeah, you know what? I want to say something before Christmas is that Danny Elfman does not get enough respect for doing all the songs.
No, he doesn't, and it kills me. Speaking about Danny Elfman, his recent album, fucking, it's a killer. It's a good album.
I love the man can do no wrong, and he doesn't have to
Mm-mm.
do anything. The Simpsons made him a fucking billionaire.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. So
Did you
shout out
ever
to
see
Danny Elfman.
the Forbidden Zone?
No, I know I've heard of it, but
Oh,
I've never watched it.
I love it's the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo, their movie, and it's something else.
Oh,
Talk
okay,
about
that sounds actually really cool.
cancelable, man. That movie, I don't know how no one's been like, we need to kill Danny Elfman for this movie. There is blackface, there is people being different, not just like ethnicities, like Swedish stuff like that. There's pimps, there's
Wow.
midgets, there's topless women. I find it very entertaining, but it's definitely on the lower end of the material.
Cancelable, like you
Yeah,
said.
it's yeah.
I still laugh at that shit though. You know, it's of its time. It's I don't know.
I think even when it came out, it was pushing the boundary. There was a lot of anti-Semitism in it too.
Oh shit.
But it's all meant tongue in cheek. I go back to what Patrice O'Neill said. You don't know if it's funny until it's out of your mouth, and then it's either
Exactly.
lands or it doesn't. And
Yep.
sometimes shit doesn't land. I mean, there's stuff that's
Mhm.
universally like not gonna
But
work.
it all comes from the same place where you're trying to make the person laugh or
Yeah.
you're trying to be funny.
No, I
You
don't
know?
think I think that anybody who comes into a comedy perspective with the attitude of I'm trying to be positive or I'm trying to make people enjoy themselves is not coming from a place of hate. If you are, you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you on
But
that.
there are mean-spirited people out there that just say hateful things, even comedians. And
Oh yeah.
they don't last very long. I mean, the comedy
No,
spectrum
no.
is, you know, they're working class, they're working show business people with very left. Nothing wrong with that. That's normal. So
Mhm.
you should expect a certain level of temperament with that.
For sure. Especially with Kramer.
I don't know why he did that. I
I
don't know
don't know.
why he did that.
He was getting heckled and
He
just
was
got
getting
pissed
heckled,
off
and
and
was the heckler a
had
black
word
guy?
vomit. Huh?
Was the heckler a black guy?
I don't even remember. I don't even
Like,
know. I don't even
if
remember.
that's the reason you did it because the heckler was a black guy, you're wrong. Like, I mean,
I think he was just pissed off and was trying to think of something offensive. You can
why is that where you go? Of all the
I don't
things,
know, man.
I've never been like, I'm really mad. You know
He
what?
fucked up. He definitely fucked up.
Shouldn't
Have fucking
Like,
said that.
don't
That
say
was
it.
pretty
Like,
fucking stupid of
I
him.
think that's sort of been gone for him. I mean, I don't know that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
I don't think there was malice in his intent, but I think he still shouldn't. Still shouldn't.
no, there's no excuse for him doing that. But I don't think, like you said, I don't think there was any malice in it, but
No, but I mean,
still, he still fucking said it, you know?
yeah. Oh
So,
boy, fucking. So I think our next show will be Eastern Northwest Passage, and then
Mhm.
we'll work about. We're gonna do this about once a week. You thinking?
I think that could be cool. Once a week.
Once every. We could even do a fortnight. I mean, we're hoping to record them earlier.
Yeah.
You have any ideas for shows, ideas, albums? You want to talk about movies, music?
Yeah, no, I think wow, I think we can the way you had it described for when we do the second one being music, or and then the third one being movies, and the fourth one kind of being kind of a free conversation.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I'm thinking even we can quantify it differently, where even maybe we can even do two Twin Peaks episodes a month, like two of our episodes be a Twin Peaks episode, and then the third one to be kind of like a music and movies episode, and the fourth one to be kind of the free one. But I don't know how you would feel about that though.
Okay, well,
Or is that a little too much to throw on our
I don't
plate?
know. I don't know. I think it depends on how often we put them out. If we're doing 4 a month, that may be a
That's
lot.
that might be a lot, huh?
We might want to do 2 a month and see how
Okay,
that
yeah, that's a
goes.
good idea. That's a good
So
idea.
we'll do a Twin Peaks one and then general media discussion
Yeah,
where we can
that's
pick
cool.
a couple of things like we did today, like top 5. We don't talk about this or albums you listen to, or just like something, or we have a guest on. You know what I mean?
That sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
I mean, even for the guests too, like we can bring in guests for some of the Twin Peaks episodes,
yeah,
and guests for some of the freewheeling episodes. Just
I can't wait for season 2 and we can talk about all that bullshit because I have a
oh,
lot of.
just shit on it and love it all at the same time. Hell
Because
yeah.
I may not even edit this one and just put it out there as like what you can expect outside of the
Yeah,
beginning part. So just like
I'm okay
the
with
people
that.
have us talk and have a conversation, and then I will edit more of them later in a more intense, but just to see what people think of our conversations and what they like and what they don't like.
Mhm.
Because there's
I
other
think
people,
I think that's a good
yeah.
idea.
And we have a lot
I'm
of.
okay with that.
We're gonna have a lot of differing opinions on Twin Peaks, especially because I got a lot of problems with shit.
I see that, and that's the thing with me, is that I think I sometimes don't have enough problems with shit.
Well,
I love too much shit, you
yeah,
know.
you're too like, oh, there's some good in that, and I'm like, I got no. And I already reviewed them already by myself, and so now
I've never reviewed them ever.
so
I've
this is going to be
so
my
Ace, you
second
need to.
review.
I'm sure. I think you know this, but it was only recently that I really watched Twin Peaks. It was only
I
like
didn't know that.
no, yeah, it was late 2019, I would say, when I
Wow,
started
you're
it
fucking
and
you're
finished
a
it in
hack.
2020.
You're a fucking
No,
hack.
no, no. Honestly, yeah. And it's something I've always known about my entire life. And finally, and when I did start watching it,
You
fucking
just muscle through it.
muscle through it and could
Well,
not, and
you didn't
got
have to wait 20 years
obsessed.
for a fucking.
That's why I feel like a fraud.
I had to at least wait. I think I watched it in like 99 or 2000. So I had to
Mm.
wait 17 years at least.
My first time hearing about it, I mean, aside from like, random commercials and references with like seeing that on TV growing up, but my first time like really hearing it and knowing about it was when they talked about it on I Love the 90s.
I
That's the
I
first
I
time.
loved those shows. They always
I
had Mike.
love
They always
those. I
had.
wish I
Oh,
had those.
your
Sorry,
video cut out for a second there.
one second. There we go. Are we good?
Yeah, you're good. They always
All
had
right, cool.
Michael Ian Black on them for some reason.
Always,
Like,
always.
why would Michael Ian Black on them?
Michael Ian Black. They had
Guy from Anthrax.
Scott Ian. Scott,
Oh,
what
yeah.
he just hops on anything,
He
doesn't he?
doesn't do. I mean, he does mostly just. He doesn't do. They don't tour or anything. So
No, yeah.
yeah.
I think Christina P was actually on
Yes,
a few of
he was
those
on.
too.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
those, and I watched like I love the '70s. I didn't grow up in the '70s, so I
Oh
still
no,
was
I didn't
like,
give a shit about
I
the
still was
70s
like,
one, but
remember
the
I
80s
still
and
loved them
90s,
though
fuck
because
yeah.
I was still like the Slinky. Yeah, I remember the Slinky.
It made you nostalgic about times from when you were still
Yeah,
sperm.
yeah. Well, you know what I want? I want like the I love the 1890s.
that
I
that's
like I
something you
want
should
really
make.
old school.
You should make that. That'd
Suspenders.
be pretty fucking
Suspenders is coming
hilarious.
in. You know what I mean?
That'd
The new beard
be
balm
great.
are gonna be fucking. I don't know who was president.
They should release those on DVD though. Those VH1 out of
They
the
don't have
90s
them
and all
on.
the 80s
They probably
stuff.
can't get the rights to all the people on them.
Dude, that's why one of my favorite shows ever is Daria, and it took for fucking ever for
Because the
that to be
songs,
released
all
on
the
DVD because
songs.
the amazing selection of original music that was on there. Yeah, it would have cost an arm and leg to feature all that.
I can't watch Daria anymore because my dead wife looked like a hot Daria.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that's understandable. That's I know you've probably talked to death about it before. That's a heavy thing to carry, man.
Yeah, the Daria part especially.
Yeah,
I like Daria.
Yeah.
I gotta make
But
you
yeah,
gotta make
man.
you gotta make light of it. You know what I mean? You can't.
No, that's the only way you can do. I've definitely read that too, especially in what was that book? Viktor Frankl,
Yeah,
Man's Search for Meaning, the
I mean, it's
Holocaust surviving.
don't say Holocaust
You've read it.
surviving because Coral will hear this and she'll be in a rage.
Oh yeah. She's. I think she went to a book burning, and that was the book that we're burning.
It was only Jewish books. Yeah, they had a Night by Eli and I forget what a mouse.
Coral, I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
Tell me you're a National Socialist. Not tell me you're a National Socialist. Your name is supposed to be. I believe Coral is also a German name.
Is it?
Yeah, why not? Means
Why not?
Means anti-Semite in German.
Oh,
I hope she listens to this and just gets mad.
I hope so too.
People give
but
her a lot of
also
grief.
I hope she no, I don't want her to get mad. I want her to laugh.
She got grief today for posting Pee Wee Herman. I'm going to talk about her personal.
Just because he jerked off in a theater?
They're like, he's a sex offender. I'm like, he jerked off in a theater. He's not a sex offender. Get the fuck. He jerked off in a
I'd let him do it again. I'd let him do it again.
He didn't go to the Care Bears movie and start jerking off. He went to a porno theater. And I don't participate in pornography personally. And what are you doing to a porno theater? What are you going to do? You're going to pull your pud. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
If that's your day planned out, you've planned on jerking off at that theater.
I do wish he didn't look like the way he did in his fucking mugshot though.
He's a creepy, weird dude. Like, I don't love Paul Rubens. I don't have any opinion about Paul Rubens because what did I say? I don't care about celebrities. Paul Rubens didn't kill anybody. He didn't rape anybody. He didn't hurt anybody. Man jerked off in the theater and is a weirdo. He's a weirdo.
Yeah.
I think everybody.
I like weird people too.
I think everybody that's on TV is a weirdo. I think anybody who wants to pretend
Actors
to be.
Actors are very weird.
Yeah, they want to pretend to be somebody else on film. You're a fucking weirdo. And you're probably jacking off in theaters.
Yeah. I agree.
This is tantamount to my billionaires are all pedophiles thing once again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, here you go. This is when you're about to go.
One of my weird things. I think all celebrities are weird perverts. They're naturally exhibitionists.
Yeah. What does it say about me that I wanted to be an actor when I was a kid?
You're fucking jacking off in theaters. You fucking went to see Fraggle Rock and was fucking yanking off.
You see right through me.
I was there. I was fucking watching Fraggle Rock. Got distracted. Guys jacking off.
Came all over Fraggle Rock.
The only thing about Fraggle Rock is I just posted that thing about Sign Peaks. He looked like the guy from Fraggle Rock. Because he wears like Tommy, he dresses like Mac from Always Sunny, but he's not fat. He wears like Tommy Bahama shirts. He looks like the bad guy from a Medea movie, like any white guy. Like he looks.
I don't think I've really seen a Medea movie.
You know what I'm talking about. Like if you were to put a white guy in a movie like that, he would look like Sign Peaks.
Fuck, you're right.
We need an evil white guy. I got just the guy for
it.
Yeah, it's like he goes golfing
with the proper hair and everything.
He was playing Wonderwall on his thing. He probably was, but he was doing something guitar. It was probably Wonderwall. I'm saying it was. I'm saying right now. I saw him play Wonderwall today on his stories.
Anytime I see a white person playing guitar, or any white person with a guitar, I feel the only song they know how to play is Wonderwall.
I think I can play Smoke on the Water.
Of course you can.
That's the first thing you learn. Like I think that's the only thing I know how to play on guitar.
It's true.
It's Smoke on the Water. and I can probably do Wonderwall if you gave me a good tune.
Dude, if you know your chords, you
I
can
don't know
play
my chords.
many. Oh, okay, never mind. Well, no, but if for anybody that
I
knows
was a
their chords,
drummer.
fuck. Do you still drum?
Fuck, I don't know, drum what?
I don't know.
Count me out. I'm in a bunch of bands still at 30.
I don't know. I thought you maybe
However
you
old I am.
drum when you want.
I don't want to drum anymore. I hated drumming. I
Oh,
didn't like.
okay.
I was in a billion bands, much like yourself, and I hated all of it. I didn't understand it.
Fuck. You didn't like the whole
I
band
liked the
experience?
women. I didn't like doing anything.
No, I get it.
You're like a
No,
rock.
so I mean, you're kind of a lone wolf then, you
I
know?
don't want to do. I hate people. I can't stand anybody. If you can't tell, I can't tolerate them.
Yeah, only for a little bit, for a certain
Yeah,
amount of time.
you're a very outgoing guy. You're out there dancing and singing and looking like a fool. And
I am. I don't know, man. I adapt to different situations, I think, but I have many different sides of me, I guess, that show up in different situations.
like a shitty Rubik's cube.
I am.
Can't get that yellow one. So I do the opposite. I'm exactly the same in every situation.
Well, no, that's good. I mean, that's I think that adds
Oh, you're fucking breaking up. Look, what do you have?
that show, like, you stick to your. You good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got a second there. You had a second to.
Okay, was it kind of delayed for a second?
So I used to work in an office. I think I told you so, but I'm going to tell it to other people. If you believe it, I worked in an office for a while, and this lady came in to the office. She was talking to this other broad that I worked with, and she says, she goes, I'm sorry, a little anal. And there was a pause in the conversation, and I turned around and I said, never apologize for anal. And I wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have said it if there wasn't a pause in the conversation. But you can't throw that out there and then hope I don't say anything. So, and that was me working in an office. Just, I mean,
It's fun, dude. I love pointing out the awkwardness of a situation.
Things get very awkward.
It's fun. I work in an office right now, and so, like, when there's birthday, they do the whole fucking cake thing and do the happy birthday thing, and I like to. And after that, everyone's just gathering around the office, just fucking eating cake and not talking. Yeah, and I just love fucking mentioning, this is awkward, and what the hell do we talk about? It makes everyone else feel even.
What are we talking about at the water cooler today, there, Chip? I could very much see SignPeaks being the boss there because that's how he looks.
Yeah,
any office in
with
America.
his coffee mug and everything. Yeah. No, that's me. I have a coffee mug too, and
I don't drink coffee. Do you drink coffee?
I fucking have my coffee right here.
I saw you sipping on the Starbucks. I don't drink coffee. It's gross. I don't do caffeine.
I love coffee. I love coffee so much. And I'm just
people in the peace community. I don't do coffee, so fuck all of you.
I saw I don't remember who fucking posted it, but I think maybe it was maybe Meme Holland Drive. But
that dude has the best fucking memes. I fucking hate it. I get so mad.
So fucking much,
this is so good.
Dude, people love his memes so much. Someone made a page. They're not posting shit on it anymore, but it was like Meta Meme Holland Drive. where like,
Meme Holland Drive
posting like meme reactions to his memes.
He's great. I don't know if they're all original. I have no idea.
I think they are. I'm pretty sure they're all original. If
they are, he might have a community that people post somewhere and he takes them from and whatever. I don't know. I'm not saying he does or doesn't, but
I don't think I actually think it's all original. Honestly,
he's the funniest person in this community. Funniest.
One of the funniest, absolutely.
I would say he is the funniest. I get
his content. I enjoy the most. I would say.
Yeah, I get a kick out of his stuff more than anything. I've never. Oh my god, we're down. Now we're getting the fucking.
Hold on.
This is the dick pic shot we're getting here. Oh my god! Get the undercarriage and everything.
This is for the Patreon.
It's for the Patreon. the dick stuff.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. Oh, OnlyFans. It's gonna be for OnlyFans then.
You can't do dick stuff on Patreon?
I don't know. Maybe you can.
We're gonna find out. Just undercarriage shots. To me, he's the funniest dude. I've never spoken to him though. He's kind of like he's
a silent member.
He just comes and
he'll like stuff.
Yeah, he likes my
Huh?
stuff, and he like come and just like lays pipe and leaves. Like that's it. He's just fucking like here.
Yeah, exactly,
That's so good.
exactly. No, but I think he's a good dude of the. I still do consider him to be kind of part of the community. You know, I mean, just because.
Definitely, definitely, and he's always participating in like he likes everybody's stuff. He
Yes,
participates enough
exactly,
in
and
that
he's supportive in that
capacity,
way.
and
Yeah,
that's
he's
all.
absolutely
That's
supportive.
all I really ask for
Hmm.
is people to be like, hey, like your shit. You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a
Um,
we have a lot of people that steal people's shit, you know, and we get that a lot.
that's
It's
not
weird.
fun.
It's
That's
weird for
not too
such a
fun.
small niche. Who is making a page on Instagram and is like, I'm gonna steal Twin Peaks memes. I'm gonna
I
do
mean, they're clearly only after the dopamine of the likes, right?
it. I just don't get it. I've never I've I started my page by accident. Like
Uh
I didn't do it, but like, you know what, I need to do Twin Peaks memes and I'm gonna steal.
huh.
That's why Coral puts fucking watermarks on all of her stuff. Dude,
Oh, well, it's I think it's smart, and I honestly feel like I want to do the same sometimes, like in a way where it blends into the meme. But I'm not doing
I
it.
I have every time I make one that insults her, I put my watermark really, really light on it.
Yeah,
Just
I
for
feel like I
her.
should start doing that.
I do it just no, I just do it for the ones where I make fun of Coral. I put my watermark and I put it in her face normally somewhere, and I
Oh, okay,
fade it out
nice.
really, really lightly. So I know it's there, and she doesn't know it there. No one else knows it's there, but I know it's there. That's just for
And
me.
that's
It's just an
that's a
extra thing for
satisfaction.
me when I'm fucking with her. Just
Oh
put
yeah.
just fade out the watermark right in her face.
But yeah, dude. No, honestly, I would say that Meme Holland Drive, Wholesome Peaks, and Sad Peaks, along with
I don't like sad peaks. I don't like him.
because well,
I
how
just don't
come?
like I don't like him.
Oh, you mean
Like the dude. I don't like the
like
dude. Yeah.
oh why?
I don't know. Like the few times I've interacted with him or like seen him, like I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get him.
I think he's kind of he's not too much of a people dude, you know.
And I'm not too much of his people, dude. I just don't. I mean, I don't know him. I'm not like I dislike the guy. I
I
just
don't
don't.
know him either. It just is, he seems like a
I'm
nice
not
guy.
really
I
big on.
assume everyone's a nice guy.
I'm not big on his page. I'm not big on his content. It's not my thing. There's a couple
I
people I
like it.
don't. Yeah, I can't get into it. I'm sure he's perfectly fine.
That's fine
If you're
though.
listening to this, I you don't care. You don't give a fuck what I have to say.
I don't think it's fine.
What's the difference?
It's totally fine. I don't think he gives a shit.
I think the only person I don't like is Calendar Peaks.
Oh, I don't think he
I don't
likes you
like
either,
them.
though.
I don't think he.
I don't think he likes you either.
I don't think he gets it. I don't think he got it. And like I don't think he got it. And then it didn't work for him. Like he didn't.
I think he got it, but he didn't like it still. So he's like, no, I'm not doing it.
Good.
He's mean.
I'm too
He is
mean.
mean.
I'm too mean. You think for a guy with a joke fucking account like that, he would get it? You know what I mean? Like I don't
You
know.
know who's great? Log Formations is doing
Dude,
fantastic,
log formations.
and
I love them.
they're
And
blowing up.
did they ever message you and they message you in all caps?
Yes, yes, and they mix and he replaces the or he or she
It's a
replaces the
she, I
ends with
believe.
the
I mean, I don't know what they.
she. Okay,
Yeah.
either way.
Because somebody posted about her having thin hair, and so every time I post something, I mention her hair.
That's fucking great.
I don't know why would you insult someone like that? Like obviously she knows I'm kidding, but someone was like, "Your hair is thinning." What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you fucking talking about? Why are you doing this?
And she kind of got hot about it. And I don't blame her. Like, why would you post? Like, why would you be like, "Your hair is thinning, lady"? Fucking loser.
Yeah, I love that page though, dude.
That
I was
page gets it.
Yes,
They get it.
They get the humor of it. They get making fun of it. It's great.
The whole point.
I was happy that they made a meme out
They
of
came out
what
of
I tried to
nowhere.
submit to them.
They came out of
I don't know
nowhere.
where the fuck they came from.
I think she has another page. And
Probably. How many people do you think run multiple Peaks pages?
I know for a fact there's like 2 people that run like 4 or 5 of them. I know for a fact.
Okay, don't expose them.
I'm not gonna, but I hate them.
Oh.
And there's people that like because they suck up these pages, they suck them up, and then they don't post anything on them.
That's kind of annoying.
Like I'm doing after Danger Peaks is done, I'm doing Peep Show Peaks. I'm doing Peak Show, and there's a Peep Show Peaks, and they don't post, and they can go fuck themselves because it's wasted content.
They just
And I,
wanted to claim
and
the page
yeah,
before anybody else did,
and
maybe.
I was thinking like I should contact them and say like, hey, I'm doing stuff, but like they don't care. They don't post enough stuff, and it's a waste to have it out there, and they
Mm,
don't do it.
yeah.
Mm, yeah.
But
So
you know
yeah,
what? If for anybody listening who's thinking about making a meme page or like a Twin Peaks meme page, whatever, fucking do it, because it's been a great creative outlet for me,
I think
and
people
I needed something.
don't realize, not to cut you off, is that
Yeah,
making memes is harder than you think.
it
Running a
is.
meme page is actually, it's not difficult, obviously, but
No,
it's more difficult than you think. You have to have content. You have to have constant
you. I think
ideas.
I think you surprise yourself with the kind of thought and the amount of thought you put into it
Yeah,
sometimes.
and the amount of time sometimes it takes. I
But
spend
also,
hours.
me too
Yeah.
sometimes. But also, I guarantee there's also the people that run a successful meme page or a Peaks meme page, whatever it is, and probably don't think about it at all. Maybe, you know.
I
But
mean, maybe if they're just that good where they can just come up with stuff on the fly. I don't know. I'm
not even
constantly
necessarily
thinking
saying that
about it.
it's good or not. You know, I'm not. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm not. I don't have anybody in mind either, so I don't know what I'm. I'm not speaking about anybody in particular. But it's. I think I really surprised myself with how much creative energy I got from it. You know,
Yeah, I
like
agree.
as far as the creative outlet goes, it's been like a saving grace, and it's led to other things. You know, it led to me starting this podcast with you,
That's right.
and it's taking a little step like that towards something creative,
And
it can blossom into some really
we
fucking
also
cool
do
shit,
merch. I mean, the merch thing we do, both of
fuck
us.
yeah, dude.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, it's a good community because everybody in it that mostly is really cool, and they're really nice, and
Yes.
they really want to help you out. And
Sorry, one second.
even for myself, I promote a lot of small pages on my stuff
Mhm.
regularly because I think that they're great.
Yeah, no,
And you
I,
do the same
I
thing.
see
And
that too, and I love that. I respect that about you too, that you do try to promote all these
they,
pages.
people like log formations who they're not small anymore, but people like Glitter Peaks, who I think she's hilarious. She brings that sort of
Yeah.
like bubbly energy.
What, dude, she made a hilarious one where it was Pete saying, "Fellas, don't drink that. Fellas, there's some fucking shit coffee in there,
Yeah.
or there was a
I
fucking
mean,
shit fish in that
she
coffee."
that kind of person. That's just first person off the top of my head. There's a bunch of other ones. Lynch Bricks,
Yeah,
man,
there's
that
a lot.
dude's, despite the fact that he's Scottish, that guy's got some talent with his Legos.
Oh, dude, Lynch
Lynch
Bricks is
Bricks, yeah, man.
amazing. Yes.
And like
There's a dude, and that's another thing. The amount of artists on here, like legitimate painters and musicians and stuff. I mean, there's.
and
Go ahead.
going back to Lynch Bricks for just a second, every time I talk to the guy, because he'll message me, randomly, like something
Mhm.
he likes, something I like. He always asks me how I'm doing. You do the same thing. It's very polite. That's I always like that
I
because
love that.
I don't really know him
You
that well.
always ask someone how they're doing. Why not? You're interacting with them.
Well, it's phone etiquette that we learned that people don't do, because I
Yeah.
used to know people that you'd answer the phone, they go, "What are you doing?" Like that's like, no, hello, how are you? Then you
Mhm.
ask me some fucking questions.
Yeah. Not just
Don't.
right off the bat, like what the fuck you wearing?
One of my ex used to, I'd answer the phone, she go, "What are you doing?" And I thought that meant I did something wrong.
That I would think that too.
And every
That
time I answer
sounds
the phone,
like, well, what do you think I'm
I'm like,
doing?
I don't know. And so for like a year, she would be like, "Why do you guys get nervous when you answer the phone?" I was like, "Because you ask me because you answer the phone, and go, what are you doing?" And I don't know what to say.
And I already have a fucking guilty conscience, so you're
Yeah,
making me
I
fucking
don't know what to
freak
say.
out, man.
I'm watching Fraggle Rock, watching a man jerk off at Fraggle Rock. I can't get. I hate that. Hey, hello, how are
Yeah,
you? Oh, I'm good. Then you go about your fucking conversation.
yeah,
With your shit
simple enough.
eating and you're fucking jacking off and whatever it has to be.
No, I always appreciate proper etiquette when I'm talking to someone.
It's polite,
Yeah, yeah, and then,
My,
also, and if people forget it, fuck it, that's fine too. I don't
I
know,
tend
dude.
to be a very casual when we talk on Instagram because we talk so often that sometimes
Oh
I just
yeah, that's
I
fine.
don't
You can
think
go
about
about it
it
as casual as you like
because
now.
I just like
That's yeah.
I can't. Sometimes I people will message me and I'll look at my phone and I'll have like 50 messages and I'm like, I don't want to.
No, yeah, that's fine.
I
Yeah.
just hate that it tells you people look at it because it says like seen. And I'm like, oh, they know I saw it.
I'm trying to learn to not care about that. Like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not trying to like purposely leave you on scene. I'm
Yeah.
just I want
As
to
soon as I see it,
respond when
and
I
I don't
can.
want to respond right now. I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'm just not in the place where I can respond. I
Yeah.
can quickly read it very quick and then put my phone away,
Yeah.
but I don't have time to think of a response.
No, or you just don't want to. Like, I hate that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the time for it.
oh, good fucking.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But I don't do that. I always like, avoid opening the message, and I suppose I care too much about optics sometimes and don't want them to think that I read it
You're
and
a
I'm
real
ignoring them.
nervous dude. You're a fucking nervous guy. I could tell.
Oh fuck yeah, I am.
It's too
I'm
much
nervous
for
as
me.
shit
I
throughout this
can't.
whole podcast, dude.
This was we talked about horror movies and fucking eating shit.
Oh yeah, but that shit doesn't phase me.
It's the fucking. Is it? You know what?
It's talking about it in public that phases me.
When I started doing my YouTube show, if you watch my early videos or listen to them, I was real nervous. I was talking kind of quietly and I was talking really fast and I was going through really.
I did notice that. Yeah,
I've grown into my person. If you
it's
watch
gotten
them,
better. I
yeah.
enjoyed the Shaun of the Dead one.
If you listen to them now, it's me. It's my voice talking.
Yes.
And it took a while, so you'll get used to because I went from I'm talking about this thing and to being like, hey, this is how I feel about this. Is what I'm talking, because you want your
That's good.
personality.
It's better that way. It's better that way.
So
and I do love seeing that transition from when someone first starts out. You see them build that confidence as they continue. They find their voice. I love that.
I'm quite the character. Quite the character.
Yeah, you are.
So people don't want to listen to some dude telling them about shit. So that's why this is exciting, because I think we have something here that us talking, getting other people on, could really be different than the other Peaks podcasts.
That's what I think too. I think it's going to be more. I want it to be more of a hang, more loose, and just be two dudes, fucking nerding out,
jacking off at fucking Fraggle Rock,
jerking off on Fraggle Rock.
I didn't say on.
Trying our best not to get canceled.
Are the race of them called Fraggle Rocks?
Oh fucking.
Would you be jerking off on a Fraggle Rock if you were to bukkake them? If you were to bukkake a Muppet from Fraggle Rock, is it a Fraggle Rock?
Is this so this episode is going to be Fraggle Rock bukkake?
I'm just asking, if we were to bukkake one of the race of creatures that lives in Fraggle Rock, are they called a Fraggle Rock?
I don't know. I would say I'm trying to think of the variety of different plurals.
They're subterranean creatures, right?
Yes, they are.
Fraggle Rock. I mean, I don't know what the plural of Fraggle Rock is. Fraggle Rock, I guess. Fraggle Rock A.
Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing on that one.
That brings me up to Earthlings is one that bothered me.
Earthlings?
Why are we? Martians are Martians. People from Jupiter and Jupiterians. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Martians, and then think of it ending with the N, you can say human, Martian.
Human. But Earth isn't called Earth. You're not gonna. If you look at the thing that the solar system, they're not gonna call this one Earth. Earth just means a planet.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't care for Earthlings. I never
Earthlings.
I never preferred it.
Why not Earthikins or Earth beings or Earth
beans? I like Earth beans.
I mean, I don't know why Martians. I don't know what makes that.
Earth tits.
Earth tins.
Yeah. Earth tins.
Kins. That too. Like that the fucking furries talk about. Kins.
Dude, I think my phone's about to die.
Okay, well, we can stop that here. That was our show. Do you think I should edit this down into something substantial, or do you think I should leave it as is and let people kind of see what they?
I'm okay with it either way, man. I mean, I think I kind of like when things aren't edited, just because
I'll edit the very beginning where I'm counting down to the...
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe I don't know, whatever you think you might need to edit, I'll leave that up to you. But I'm okay with however you put it out. You kind of like
a raw cast.
For the most part, I think I do.
You know what?
I do tend to judge the raw podcast a little bit harsher.
I'm going to leave this one up like this, and just see what people think, and we'll go from there.
That's fine, dude. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was DemonPeaks and GothPeaks for the Dark Peaks podcast. We'll have